Hello folks, this is Steve AV4EL. Nothing in this episode is a promotion nor is it a recommendation. Now, I've got slashdot.org here. Now, YouTube is going to be the topic of this. Google's new inactive account policy won't delete years of YouTube videos. Google's new inactive account policy already has people up in arms. A day later, Google now says there will be no digital burning of Alexandria. That refers to an ancient event, Alexandria, Egypt. YouTube creator liaison Renee Ritchie, that's not the Ruth that I quoted in the video, clarified on Twitter that Google has no plans to delete accounts with YouTube videos. 9 to 5, Google heard the same statement from a Google spokesperson. That is great news, but it's also very vague and runs contrary to what all of Google's current documentation says, including the blog post Ruth Krecheli, she's Israeli. Can people keep a Google account alive forever with a single video? Seems like the company is still trying to figure this out. Now, in an episode preceding this in which I discussed this yesterday, I said one of the problems that YouTube and Google's having is capacity. And that's part of the motivation, not what they're saying. And this is YouTube is the problem video. Now let me show you what I mean. $12.37. Right now it's $12.44. Hang on just a second. All right, it's 12:44 now. I just checked my other machine where I upload videos and publish them. So you can take that 12:37 and make it 12:45 a.m. I started at 5 minutes to midnight. The video that I uploaded is 9 minutes long. Down at the bottom it says uploading 100%. It means the last thing it did was acknowledge that I had completed uploading and nothing else has happened since. Aside from what they show you in the interface, there's another way I am able to check the status of the processing, and it's dead. Now watch. This is the YouTube homepage. I'm going to update it. Pardon me. Now, scrolling over in this top thing here, recently uploaded. Look, recently uploaded. 3 days ago, 5 days ago, 4 days ago, 3 days ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Supposedly something is running live on CNN, but that's streaming. 3 days ago, movie free with ads. 1 day, wait a minute. On this page, they're supposed to show you the stuff that's been uploaded in the last hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. They don't seem to be showing anything. Yes, I did upload and publish a video a couple of hours ago. Oh, maybe it was closer than that. At Steve AB4EL. You notice? All I have to do is at Steve AB4EL. And it knows who I am. And I uploaded a video 3 hours ago. So between that time and getting close to midnight, something bad happened at YouTube. Now you're going to go, yeah, you're blowing smoke. Down Detector, that's a website. YouTube. US. YouTube outage and reported problems map. YouTube outages reported in the last 24 hours. Can you see it down there? Here's 12 a.m. right there. Do you see what's happened? I uploaded a video a little before 9 p.m. There's 9 p.m. And then because I uploaded that video, look what happened. It overwhelmed them. Tweets from YouTube creators. That's the people that talk to us every day with their fake videos about new and wonderful things they're doing. Searching for evidence. Learn your viewers' thoughts by tapping your... There's nothing there, right? 5 hours ago, 7 hours ago. So there's no update on the YouTube creators site. Oh, they're all home in bed, sleeping. They're not the engineers. The outages right now appear to be on the East Coast, but they're all over the country. The stuff is coming in from all over the country. You previously opted out of viewing this. Here's what we want. I want a report. Is it video streaming? No. Is it app? I don't know what they mean by that. Website or something else? I'd have to log in. Uploading videos. How do you rate YouTube over the past 3 months? Thanks for submitting a report. Your report was successfully submitted. Got it? I'm complaining about them. It's ongoing. Hang on a second. It's still stuck over there. You remember that they were talking about deleting stuff if you're inactive and all that? You gotta look for the reasons behind. Especially during the COVID thing, when people started uploading more videos to YouTube, uploading them, publishing them. because everybody was stuck at home. They were barely able to manage it, and some nights were like, what's happening now? Talking about it from a creator's standpoint, not a watcher's. I kind of suspected something was happening even before I started uploading. Because when you go into the studio, YouTube Studio, Creator Studio, where you have to do it in order to point to what you want to upload and start the upload process and fill in the forms and stuff like that. It took almost a minute before they could render it and finish rendering that. That part of what they're presenting, that specialized part. And now it's been stuck for an hour. And the video's not that big. You know, earlier today, about 3-4 hours ago, I published a video that I think was like 30 minutes long. They had it rendered and ready to go in 5 minutes. No, I'm not exaggerating. Because I told you they tell you, it was ready to go, finished uploading, it was ready to go in 5 minutes, a 30-minute video. Which one is stuck now? Hang on, let me check the title. I'm back. New poles planted. 2023-05-17. I shot the video it's after midnight, yesterday afternoon. So look for it. If they can get out of the mess they're in. Steve AB4L. YouTube is the problem. Saying see you in 73. Well, folks, I'm back for an update. Remember Google's new inactive account policy? How about YouTube infrastructure is inactive? Remember I showed you this? And it was still true at 12:44. Well, now it's 1:22 in the morning. That's what it looks like now. I haven't touched the machine. New poles planted, 023-05-16. It's not stuck on saying uploaded 100%. Now it's saying, whoops, something went wrong. We have, down the bottom in red, we have encountered unexpected problems. So it's at least a half an hour later, a little more than a half hour later. See, it remembers to search. You see, now it's 1 a.m. Before it was showing us at 12. So it's now, people are up late, but they want to go to bed, so there's not quite so many complaints. I'm just laughing. Most reported problems: video streaming, website, app. Now, app could be uploading. or that stuff could be included under video streaming. What happened? That I'm frozen. Now the interesting thing will be, when they recover, will they ask me to upload it again? Or will they actually have it and do something with it? We shall see. So, to me the map looks about the same. But there's a big big spot right here. Can it show me the world? I don't know. Is it only in the United States? Now they've got these flags over here. Who would also be hot to be uploading? Let's look at the UK. Okay, now the UK scale, this is 20. Let's go back. Mine is 510 for the peak. Now remember, not everybody who has problems goes to down detector, but there's 300% difference between where else we can look in the other direction. We can look at Japan. Their scale is getting up to 55, but apparently it started at about the same time for them. Yes, it's in Japanese, but we can just make it into English, right? Who's in between? Australia. I'm not sure what the Australian flag looks like. Okay. I should have known that. Does it label did I get the country right? Oh, here we go. What country did I get? Can I be sure about it? Oh, that's interesting that they don't actually say the name of the country right there. But let's take a look at this, how it's different. Okay, it's in the same time zone as us. And wherever it is, notice that it says 65% uploading videos, which is my problem. 20% is video streaming. I got it right. I got it right. I picked see, the flags are very, very small, but I thought I was picking the correct one. So, for the time of day, people on the east coast of, in particular, but all of, see, Australia is I don't want to say empty, sparsely populated, mostly in the, up here are things like bauxite mines, but there are no real cities except along the coast. But this is where the intensive population is, plus Perth on the west coast. It's kind of like the United States if you think about it a lot. So they would be they're trying to do uploads and they're complaining about the fact they can't get anything done. I usually go to bed about 2 to 3 hours from now. I'll check it before I go to bed. If it pops up sooner than that, you'll hear from me sooner than that. So let's pause. All right, folks, it's a few minutes later. You know, the dialogue I showed you, it says, oops, something's going wrong. Well, you know, there was an X on it, so I clicked on it. And I went back to the main view of my content, and here's what we're seeing. I told you the name is New Poles Planted 2023-05-16. Whatever. Processing abandoned. The video could not be processed. Processing abandoned. They abandoned. She asked the question, in the morning, will they know anything about it or does it get lost? So it's a throwaway. Now, I think we're going to hear that there's been a major collapse this evening in at least the East Coast infrastructure of YouTube. I don't know if that means Google. You know, that Australia thing where they specifically are saying, I can't upload, and they're showing that as a category. I decided to go to Reddit. Google search, Reddit, YouTube. And there's a Reddit discussion about YouTube. So I start scrolling down. This has been pinned from 14 days ago, posted 9 days ago, 16 hours ago. Once again, they're talking about the new policy that was announced 2 days ago, confirming we have no plans to delete accounts with YouTube videos. Creator liaison. They're on Twitter. Here's the one that caught my eye. Posted by somebody named KLight101 4 hours ago. It's 1:45. So this is after I successfully uploaded my video around 9 o'clock, but well before me, at least 2 hours before me trying. I've tried over 20 times to upload this video, but every time I try it, it will get stuck on waiting, or when it's on processing, it gets stuck on 100%. YouTube, please fix your garbage upload system for the app. Bug. Now, people describe what's going on different ways depending on their perspective. Now let me explain what he did, and I'll explain something I did. I waited a half hour the first time I tried to upload it, and then I deleted it, and I noticed that it didn't take very long to delete it. I've deleted a video that got up there, and I saw serious mistakes in it. It was fully processed, and sometimes it can take 15 minutes for them to fully delete everything. But when I deleted the one, I had uploaded it, but it was stuck for a half hour on, we haven't even started processing will begin soon. So I deleted it, because sometimes they have trouble during the upload process and it gets pushed to another queue, and then they're successful. But if you were to delete that and upload it immediately, it gets processed. So there are bugs in their system. But this time, instead of it getting as far as it did in the previous one, it got stuck at uploading 100%. Which, before it said that, but it said waiting to start processing. That's two different states. You have to think of the steps in the handling, because it isn't one computer doing it. So this guy said that he deleted it 15 times in a row. Now, it's probably not that long. Yeah, it's 47 seconds. What he uploaded is 47 seconds long. So it didn't, you would expect that to be instantly processed. That's why he did it 16 times over. It kept deleting it to see, and he's using the same thing as I told you before, that some of us have noticed that if it gets stuck, especially around midnight, it gets bumped off into a we'll get to it later queue. What you do is you delete it and you upload it again, and this time it didn't run into a roadblock and it goes right through. 16 times. There are 18 comments. Oh, I said 16 times. I tried over 20 times. But every time I try it, it'll get stuck on waiting, or when it's processing, stuck in 100%. This guy posted this 1 minute ago. It is now 1:46 a.m. I started my first upload of that video 2 hours ago. Did I get that right? Yeah, 2 hours ago. 1 minute ago. It's happening to me too. It sits at 100% for hours before randomly failing out on me. So this guy just published that, and he's been trying for hours to get whatever it is he wants to publish up there and processed. 3 minutes ago, thanks science, other people are having this issue. So it means that they're not picking on him. I'm in the same 40 minutes ago. I'm in the same boat. I don't know how other accounts are uploading videos. 47 minutes ago, I'm uploading a video a little over 30 minutes long to YouTube, and I'm running into the same problem where it's been uploading at 100% for about 20 minutes. I never had this happen before. Agreed. Agreed. Same here, upload still pending. Thank goodness it's not just me. Same waiting to get my video uploaded, and it's 5:30 a.m. in Spain. So now we know it's not confined to the East Coast. We knew that from the Australia report from Down Detector. Spain is in there 2 hours ago saying we're having trouble. Now that's about the beginning of when I think it may have begun. 2 hours ago, same thing is happening to me. 3 hours ago, I'm stuck at 0%. 3 hours ago, same, I think the servers are broken. You think I was exaggerating? This is going to be headline news tomorrow, at least on Slashdot or the tech sites. Auto moderator 4 hours ago. Oh, this is where they explain that it isn't owned or run by YouTube. If you're encountering a bug, please file a bug report here. You think we really need to tell YouTube that they're having trouble? I think they're going crazy. 4 hours ago, this is so annoying. Anytime I try to upload a video, if it's under 1 minute long, it simply will not upload. Why does YouTube have to get trashier for every optimization update? Now, this guy is touching on something that may turn out to be true. They may have been deploying something new that they thought was going to work. I'm talking about YouTube. I'm sick and tired of encountering bugs with this billion-dollar app, meaning the publishing YouTube videos. You would think a popular corporation who runs this app would be able to fix 6-year-old bugs like this one, but no. They put more money and time into making their banners and advertisements than fixing their app. Four hours ago, you're not alone. I'm also having the same issue as you. Maybe we just have to wait until the next day to try again, I guess. Just be patient and the problem might go away. I doubt it. If it was to go away, it would happen again. The developers are too lazy to make a permanent fix for the majority of issues. I could comment on that. I don't think he's far off. I'm a retired professional. I've seen it from the standpoint of customer chaos, supporting our application, which was a basis for people getting onto the web in the early 2000s. And the breakdown of fault was long-term. We're talking about a 5-year record. 15%, it was something we had to fix in our product. 85%, it was the customer wasn't getting something done right. Now, you'd think I'm contradicting myself. YouTube is the one who's trying to run on other people's or other parts of Google's apps and facilities. This is a scenario. They're trying out some new code or way to do it on top of their infrastructure. So the infrastructure is to make the equivalent would be the ones that go wrong 15% of the time, but YouTube engineers, software developers, are the 85% going wrong. Got it? They would rather put their time and money into the banner art and anti-ad blocker systems. They've just announced in this week that they're going to really get down on YouTubers who've got ad blockers. And I'm wondering if they're tried something out with that and it's gone south on them. Yeah, if I have an ad blocker in my browser, they're going to detect it and they're not going to give you any service. They've said so straight out, but we don't know how far along they are in figuring out how to do that the right way. It isn't just we're going to delete accounts that nobody's using. There are multiple fronts of what's going on. YouTube is the problem. Greedy. I have the same problem too, but it's stuck at 0%. Somebody deleted their comment from 4 hours ago. Me too. 3 hours ago, not just you. This is a server issue ATM. Yes, it is YouTube's infrastructure problem. I'm having the same issue, really frustrating. Same upload page is even glitching for me. Can't upload a thumbnail, no checkbox, weird. Edit, weird glitches were fixed by refreshing. Video stuck at 100% now for 6 fucking hours, quote unquote. That was published 3 hours ago. So that one is good. What does it tell me? Remember, I'm analyzing this just like I'm back at work. YouTube is desperate. They can't figure out what's gone wrong. And so what they do is they blame it on one of the products they're using. Customers would open defects, problem records against our product, after they couldn't figure out what's going wrong. And they write it up as though there's a bug in our product. Now, I'm repeating something, but I'm saying it a different way. So I work on that problem with them anywhere from an hour to a week or more, depending on how serious the situation is. And the long-term outcomes, myself and others, is that 85% of the time it was something the customer didn't understand, didn't do they should have, did wrong, incompatible, other thing, trying to plug it in, but no. They're desperate. They have to find help. These are the system administrators. They have to get help. They're desperate. They're losing money. So they say, all right, we'll open a bug report on this. And then they get me for free because they paid for a maintenance license, whereas they should have hired an on-site expert to come in and help them figure it out. Because it turns out that 85%, no change in our code, no bug fixes, nothing. We figure out what they didn't understand, didn't get right, aren't doing correctly. And it may be somebody else's product, but we finally isolate it down to that. Do you follow what I'm saying? And that relates to what this person said. Weird glitches were fixed by refreshing page. Video stuck at 100% now, 6 fucking hours ago. What this tells me is that this problem has been steamrolling, cascading. If you look at, he's saying he posted 3 hours ago, and at that point he'd been having this problem for 6 hours. So it means it started somewhere. And sometimes what happens with systems, and I have direct experience with this, that when one part goes down, and it goes down in a way that cuts off a necessary function to a lot of other things going on, it begins to cascade. I put up a video about Bleeping Computer, and I showed you how part of their web pages were being rendered incorrectly. The note I got back from the head guy said, thanks for the heads up. What happened was there was a style sheet, a CSS, has to do with HTML and how the rendering engine knows how to make colors and lay things out and all that. A style sheet, he said, had been misnamed, and yes, after it timed out in your cache, meaning I was using one from yesterday before the old one, the pages look right, but then you remember I was doing things to intentionally force it to send it fresh? Then when the cache, even at his end, timed out and they went back and picked up the wrong one, it did the bad rendering. And you'd say, but it wasn't instantly the same everywhere. No, they're not served by one machine in one cache. As each one of those repository caches then burped up and was sending the wrong one, but they don't all happen at the same time. They're not coordinated that way. They're independently operating. It's called the edge. It's known as the edge. And he's saying this has been going on now for about 9 hours. And from the style, from the things that these things here, I'm thinking this is affecting more and more of YouTube's infrastructure because it's not all in one place. How do I know that? Because I've told you in past videos that if I'm on that computer, they don't recognize me as being the same as if I'm on this computer. And then I have a third computer that I never log in with this account. And the kind of stuff that they serve to me, because they keep track of you, is completely different. And it's because when I make a request, they identify me. Yes, there are identifiers. And they route me to the one that's, if available, that's been handling me before. And they're not all in the same place. Their data centers are spread across the United States. This is going to be big news tomorrow. This is going to be big news tomorrow. YouTube has 1 billion worldwide users. This is going to be big news tomorrow. Enough. That's my analysis. Last thing, again, that's 11. It's still going on. It's still happening. I'm curious. Israel's in daylight. Nothing reported. India. Oh no. Where is this? This is in Portuguese. Let's just try different maps. Oh, here's India. Excuse me. Uh-oh. This is worldwide. Got it? This is worldwide. This is India. Video streaming, 60%. Apps, 24%. Websites, 17%. This is India. Let's confirm that. They're having trouble too. And the reports are coming in from the major population centers of the country, like Mumbai, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Delhi, Jaipur. Yep. Let's try Norway. That's Finland, excuse me. They're not reporting anything. This is interesting. Let's try Turkey. No? Chile, South America. No? I want to get something in Africa. These are South American countries. Poland, Hong Kong, Pakistan. Should be like India. No. How come I can't? All right, Egypt. Although that's not what I meant by no. So, do you notice that they switched it and it's right to left, not left to right? Let's see if they switch the thing when we go to English. No? Did you see how it's a mirror image? It would be the same way in Israel. No? Or yes? Oh yes. I didn't notice it. You spotted that, didn't you? So I'm just trying to find an African. I'm trying to find an African country. I'm interested in Africa. They don't even bother with them. Indonesia. Ah! Notice that it flipped again? I'm trying to find an African country and Switzerland, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Germany. Oh, this is interesting. I never noticed this before. It's like Africa doesn't count for anything. There isn't a single African flag here. There isn't any of them. Well, you see? Didn't expect that. So what we're seeing is the world is divided, at the present time, divided in two. Now what we can't know and can't decide is this. %40 uploading. Okay, so it's Indonesia. The reports are mainly from Jakarta. It's an archipelago. The question is, for those countries that don't seem to be showing any problems in terms of down detector reports, is it because those people kind of live a life where they don't even bother with YouTube? Meaning they don't bother to publish videos? YouTube channels are not interesting? Or is it the other way around? That right now, my theory about cascade is correct, and the cascade probably would bring down the heaviest user countries first, and finally spread out to the ones that don't make much demand. That some of those countries are being held like in Africa. I'll bet you there isn't more than one data center handling all of the African traffic. And are there YouTube channels from Africa? I've watched some less than 3 months ago. I thought they were interesting, but there aren't that many. YouTube, Africa. Oh, this is Toto Africa. But all of these are about, here we go, Green Light Africa, Johannesburg, Kenya president gets standing ovation.
What kind of outcome you expect?
This is, and it's got a symbol there, so this is clearly a YouTube channel from Africa. And now when I look over here on the right-hand side, I can easily pick out more channels that deal with either Africa or our African channel, YouTube channels. But I couldn't find a single flag. So what I'm saying is, there is a cascade failure. It began somewhere in one of the high-intensity usage countries. It might be dependent on them trying something new. Haven't helped YouTube if in fact the malware guys have gotten in there. And by the way, the malware attacks have become extremely intense since AI has become more generally talked about. You can see it in the Hacker News. I'm making the association. So the question is, will YouTube be able to stop this before it takes down their entire thing? And if it takes their whole entire thing down, how long will it take for them to get back on their feet? Now let me give you some sense of scale. A long time ago, I worked a catastrophic problem involving a bank in Europe. Between noon 15 their time, noon 15 and noon 30, every business day, that bank's central IT system fell. 100% down. They had nothing. They couldn't get any bank records. The money machines didn't work. Nothing worked. No email, nothing. And every day it would take their team approximately 18 hours to get it all back up and coordinated and functioning. And it went on for weeks. So the reason why I say that is that it didn't take 18 hours because this was the first day or the first week that it had happened to them. It went on for quite some time. So rebuilding their system, getting it started up again, wasn't an unfamiliar process, and that's why it took 18 hours. It's because it was complex. And once they became good at it, they could get it up in 18 hours. If there is a really widespread down in YouTube's infrastructure, how long is it going to take them to get it back up? Now, it's clear that YouTube is still there, but we're talking about being able to upload videos and publish. And that's the part I'm talking about. And is it directly or intimately the same as the part that's serving this? I doubt it. I doubt it. I think it's specialized. And it's hefty. If you go and read what they say about the number of hours of video that gets uploaded every day, you'll understand that it's bigger than anything you imagined. So my experience is not unique. They're not picking on me. And this will end this video. And then I'm predicting it's going to be big news tomorrow in the tech news, at least. May very well make the New York Times, the Washington Post, etc., etc. Steve AB4L just running his mouth. Remember, I'm an idiot. What do I know? I'm retired. Saying see you at 73.